What's going on, guys? This is going to be a follow-up to yesterday's video, which was a guide on normal mode Vorkath. This video is going to go into how we do flight skips, which basically skips the last 2 minutes or so of the fight. If you do this properly, you will be getting very consistent, very low effort 2-minute kills, which is really, really nice. Makes this a lot more fun, a lot more viable, especially if you're trying to just grind out your 100 kills and never come back. This is a video you're going to want to use. So for this, we have max gear. At the very least, you need a weapon and armor for tier 95. You probably need full max gear just to make sure it's consistent, but I haven't tried it without full max gear. So I would just say, also, I've gotten really close and failed it in max gear. So generally speaking, I would say you should probably only try this with max gear. Or at the very least, tier 90 power armor, tier 95 weapons. We also have a jazz book. This is just fine. You can use any book here. Scriptura full might be a little bit better. Not entirely sure, but either way, you want a god book of some kind. We're using Reaver's Ring, the highest damage ring we have access to. We're using a Salve Amulet and Zuk Cape, pretty self-explanatory. We are also bringing an Essence of Finality switch, and this is because Zemouregal is not an undead. So the big DPS that we need to do is to Zemouregal specifically. So that is why we're bringing an Essence of Finality. An Amulet of Souls works fine here too. I don't really use the Essence of Finality spec. You can to like save a kill from potentially failing, but yeah. Also bring a Ripper Demon. This can be any DPS familiar. The familiar doesn't really matter. It's just more damage is more better. But yeah. So the big thing with getting the flight skip is that when Vorkath goes up, you're still going to do the special action button to knock him down. But the important thing is that you're going to unload all of your damage into Zemouregal then. So this is going to be a lot like the pool skip video I made for Raksha. It's basically the same rotation where as soon as Zemouregal is damageable, you're going to split soul, skulls, 5-stack volley, Omniguard, basic, finger of death, basic, finger of death, basic, and then just filler abilities. So that's pretty much it. But yeah, we're just going to get into it. Your aura, that doesn't really matter. I'm going to use Dark Magic because my Majorat's on cooldown. So we're just going to pot up. Summon our guys. We're going straight to the last portal. We don't need to do anything crazy here. Hit this guy. Use Threads of Fate. Soul Sap. Volley of Souls, and then just use filler basics here. With full tier 95 gear, Vorkath doesn't really do damage to you, so I'm just going to camp Soul Split the entire time. But yeah, so here we're in. We're going to Living Death, tag Zemouregal, and then Skulls Vorkath. Then we're just gonna Skulls into a Living Death rotation. If you have Undead Slayer, it does help against Vorkath, but it's not necessary. Or it's not mandatory, rather. We're just using the Ballistas to kill the Shielder. Gonna dodge these spikes. Also, you do want to make sure that you are building up 5 necrosis stacks. Okay, so now Vorkath is going to do 2 auto attacks, and then he's going to turn and face us. So after the second auto attack, we're going to split soul, Omniguard, basic, skulls, basic, volley of souls, finger of death, basic, finger of death, and Zemouregal's dead. And when Zemouregal dies, the fight ends. So that was super easy, super simple. Does require very good gear, but if you have the gear, you just AFK at the beginning of the fight. As soon as you can hit Zemouregal, you do a full DPS rotation. So yeah, this was nice and quick, but I think it'll be really nice to help a lot of you guys get some fast kills. Now, if you fail this, what you can do is Zemouregal will take like 90% reduced damage, so you can still hit him if he's at like 45k or something and just drop him down to 30k. The death mark will proc and hit him for like 20k. Then you can just death mark again and hit him again, and then he'll die. Typically, this doesn't happen very often, especially if you have this exact gear. It'll probably happen a little bit more often if you don't have this gear, but I won't worry too much about it. Either way, it'll make your kills close to 2 minutes, 30 seconds, around there. So yeah, thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.